Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's full review 2023 Ford Puma ST Line Gold Edition, coming in a few moments. Before we go any further in the review, special thanks to Grand Auto for making this video possible. I will put all their info in the description below so you can check them out. Welcome back to this full review of a 2023 Ford Puma ST Line Gold Edition. This is, like I said, a special version of a Ford Puma. There are some very cool and interesting details coming in a few moments now. This particular model is powered by a 1-liter EcoBoost petrol engine, making 155 horsepower in total. This model is also mated to an 7-speed automatic transmission. More of that when we go at the interior. And today we're going through all the exterior details, interior, and of course some practicality test of this very special Ford Puma. So let's start with the front end design, as usual in my full reviews. Let's start with the headlights. As you can see, we have a full LED technology, LED daytime running lights, and also LED headlights. This particular model, just quick info, is finished in a very special black paint called Agate Black. It's a very deep and rich color. If we go a little bit lower, we see fog lights and also some front parking sensors. In the center area, we have, in this lower area, we have a license plate. Below that, a radar for your safety systems, and of course in the upper area, Ford logo. Here on a bonnet or hood, you can see this clearly matte black strip with the gold strips on the outside. Here on a passenger side profile, now you can see ST Line beige in this upper area, and more of that gold edition, gold elements like we saw on a hood or bonnet. We have gold wheels, which looks absolutely phenomenal. These particular are 18-inch alloy wheels. A quick passenger side profile view, classic crossover SUV, boxy and of course sporty shape. Here in the back, or actually these last 3 quarters, we have shark antenna on the roof and a small spoiler, as you can see here in the back, with this matte black plastic element. Always good and useful feature is a rear wiper. Now you can see more of those matte black strips with a gold elements on the outside, like we saw in the bonnet. It actually continues here in the roof lining. Here at the rear, as you can see, let's start with this center area. We have a Ford logo. Below that, blacked out Puma lettering. In the lower area, on a bumper, we have license plate with a rear parking camera and also rear parking sensors. Here on a passenger side, we have EcoBoost hybrid lettering, which means this model is actually mild hybrid technology, 155 horsepower. And below that, on a passenger side, one big rear exhaust tip. And of course, one info, these rear lights are also in LED technology. On a driver's side profile, now you can see that clear muscular shape of a rear end, and we have a fuel filler cap on a driver's side. Or just a quick driver's side profile view of this Ford Puma. See, on this particular model you have options of a Ford original roof racks, which are always handy and practical solution. This is the end of this quick exterior walk around this 2023 Ford Puma ST Line Gold Edition. Let me know in the comment section which is your favorite detail on the exterior. My personal favorite detail are these gold wheels. Like I said in the beginning, this is a 1-liter 3-cylinder 155 horsepower version. Now let's go and check the practicality test, starting with the boot space. If you want to open the boot space on a Ford Puma, you have rubber lever here and you just open it like this. This is the boot space of a 2023 Ford Puma. 410 liters is the official number. Here on a driver's side, you have this LED lamp with some shopping bag hooks. Also, there are some hooks on a passenger side and 12-volt socket. As you can see here, also a very cool and practical feature is that you can easily split the rear seats 60-40. Best part about this boot space I save you of course for last, and that is when you open this textile cover, you have more of that extra storage underneath, huge amount of space. The idea behind this is actually that you can put your muddy stuff or wet stuff or something else, you can easily wash it, and as you can see there, you have a drain hole, you can easily drain everything out. This is such a good idea, clever idea, and huge thumbs up for making this. Now let's go ahead and check the rear seats and of course practicality on a rear bench. Before I go and sit on these rear seats of a Ford Puma, just a quick exam of a door design. As you can see, we have some extra storage here and some soft materials here on this middle area where you will put your elbow. In the lower area there is a speaker with some maybe half a liter a bottle space in the doors. Always cool feature that I like to point out on a crossover and SUVs reviews is when you have doors that cover the entire side profile, like in this case, which is always handy if you have, let's say, muddy weather outside. Before I sit on this rear seat, I will put this front driver's seat on my ideal driving position, so we will see how much leg and knee room I do have here in the back. From a rear seat of a 2023 Ford Puma ST Line Gold Edition, everything you see is actually covered in black, which of course indicates that sporty and elegant look. First thing first, being a small crossover SUV, you would thought that there is a problem to get in and out, but I would say there is no problem to get in and out. At least for me, I'm about 184 centimeters tall. This door opening is pretty wide, and of course, being a small crossover, you sit a little bit higher than in the normal hatchback. To me, you have this driver's seat, which I put on my, let's say, ideal driving position. I'm about 184 centimeters, and this is my knee room, and this is my foot room. Of course, this is a very small crossover, and normally here in the back there will be kids, but if you, let's say, if you need to, let's say, carry some adults, there will be no problem at all for short journeys. Some really cool stuff here in the back. These seats are partly textile, partly leather, which is always a nice thing. As you can see, similar like in the back, we have all black interior, but we have that goldish stitching, similar like we saw, of course, on a wheel design, and of course those strips on a bonnet and roof. Back, as you can see, you have your ISOFIX anchor points, and always cool feature when we have those nets. These are very useful here in the back. Before I go and sit on a driver's seat, let's go and check the passenger front seat. On a passenger front door design, as you can see, there are some differences between these front doors and of course those in the rear. You have more of that soft leather material here on this upper area with this cool gold stitching, all the way to this middle area where you have a larger area for your elbow, and of course even more storage in this middle area with extra storage in this lower area. Here you can easily put, let's say, 2 half-liter bottle or bottles or maybe something else. This cool gold and the black elements follows you even on a side skirt. As you can see, very cool lettering Puma here, and as you can see now, even the carpets are black with this cool gold elements. Now you can easily see this seat design. Like I said earlier, when I was on a rear seat, you have this middle area finished in textile, and also here in the back, but you have this outside profile finished in leather with this cool gold stitching. The view out from a passenger front seat, as you will probably imagine, you sit a little bit higher than in the normal standard hatchback. And let's just quickly examine the glove box, which is actually pretty big in size. Now a little bit more about this center area and of course the steering wheel in a few moments when I get on a driver's seat. Welcome to a driver's seat of a Ford Puma ST Line Gold Edition. Let's start here from the left. All your controls for your headlights are here, relatively easy to operate. Of course, in front of me there is a digital dial and of course a sporty steering wheel. Hold the seat a little bit further in the back so you can have a little bit greater field of view. Just a quick exam on this steering wheel design. All these buttons are physical buttons, which is always a handy solution when you're driving. Of course, being a automatic transmission, you have these paddle shifters here behind the steering wheel. On your left side you have minus and of course plus on your right side. A quick info on this infotainment system. As you can see, I don't know how much you can see now because it is a Ford logo, but now you can see it says do not touch display during the installation. This film is to be removed before usage, so I will not go through any features of this infotainment system now. The one thing that I can of course tell you that the position of the infotainment system is actually ideal. When you're driving like that, you don't need to put your eyes very low, which is always a good safety solution. There are also some cool and safety solutions as these shortcuts and of course a volume knob here, and below the center infotainment system you have of course air vents. So one cool feature is that you have all your climate control features and buttons are separated from the infotainment system, and as you can see these are physical buttons. Extra storage below your buttons for your climate control with some USB port and of course 12-volt socket. This is a gear lever of a 7-speed automatic transmission, and of course we have two cup holders with a manual handbrake, and of course more of that gold stitching even on a handbrake. Here in the middle, actually in the far back, we have a small armrest which is handy for of course two people here on a front seats. Armrest, as you can see, you have extra storage and some plastic covers which you can easily remove if you don't need it. One thing that I didn't mention here, on the interior you have upgraded Bang & Olufsen premium surround system. So this is the end of this interior review for Puma ST Line Gold Edition. Let me know in the comment section which part of interior is your favorite. My personal favorite are actually these front seats. They look great and of course they feel great. For the very end, let's go and check the turn signals as usual. So now, as you can see, these are the turn signals here in the back. Here also you have a turn signal on a side mirror, and now as you can see you also have a blind spot monitor. And of course here on the front you have full LED technology. This is the end of my full review, this 2023 Ford Puma ST Line Gold Edition. Like I said in the beginning, 1 liter, 3-cylinder, 155 horsepower, petrol engine mated to an automatic transmission. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this vehicle, and of course special thanks to Grand Auto for making this video possible. I will put all their info in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Wish you all a very nice day.